key to the nipple. This massive sale ends March 6th. Pay now and collect by November 30th.
La Falaise Medical Laboratory, my preferred choice for professional and confidential medical laboratory services. La Falaise provides results for all medical tests. If it can't be done there, they will facilitate it through their international partners. Their main office in Roseau is open from 7:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Mondays to Fridays and 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Home visits and emergency services are also available. Call 448-0100, WhatsApp 276-5213 or visit any of their other locations. Picard in Portsmouth, Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Marigot, Mondays and Wednesdays, 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Or Grand Bay, every first and third Thursday, 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. La Falaise Medical Laboratory, my choice, your choice, our choice.
Fair and balanced, unbiased and clear, concise and accurate. This is the DBS Evening News. Here now is your presenter with the headlines.
Good evening and welcome to the DBS Evening News. My name is Alian Christopher. In the headlines this evening, the Ministry of Education officially launches its video drama series From the Regional Countries to Send Humanitarian Aid to Cuba, and internationally, the U.S. allows non-emergency staff to leave Israel as Trump threatens Iran strikes. These are the headlines, the details of the news when we return.
It's in the feeling in our weak side. It's in the meaning in our spot. It is the thing that sets us apart. Who we are. Cause the rhythm of life keeps pumping. Together going strong. No matter what, we keep things flowing. Before we will go all in. Our hands up in the sky. Celebrating. Come let your rhythm flow.
DBS News.
Welcome back. My name once again, Alian Christopher. First up in the news, the Ministry of Education has officially launched a video drama series entitled Parent Life and Student Life. The drama series is a video production conceptualized in 2021 with the aim of sensitizing young people and parents on the need for behavioral changes necessary for curbing crime and violence at schools. The production is divided into two components, namely student life and parent life.
The series were directed by Curtis Clarendon, filmed by the late Raymond Henderson, and produced by me, Adela David. The editing process was started by Raymond Henderson and completed by Erickson Joseph and Jordan Jerome. The script was written by myself in collaboration with the cast, persons who work within the Ministry of Education, and others including Gloria Septra Augustus, who wrote the courtroom scenes. The scenes in the principal's offices and the primary school classroom were developed by the real-life principals, teacher, and counselor in those scenes, modeling how these professionals should act in those situations. The information given in the series was researched. The tips for parenting and anger management are strategies that have worked for persons living in Dominica and abroad. The harmonized family model bills discussed in Parent Life exist. Except for the Juvenile Justice Bill, these family bills were passed in Parliament in 2023. The objectives of Season 1 of the video series are as follows: to utilize arts and entertainment as a medium to disseminate information on community challenges, enhance anger management skills of children and parents, enhance parenting and behavior management skills, increase the knowledge of parents and students on internet safety, reduce child aggression and exposure to crime and violence, decrease child abuse, and to create awareness among communities of proposed harmonized family model bills.
Producer of the video series, Adela David. Meanwhile, Chief Education Officer in the Ministry of Education, Dr. Jeffrey Blaise, urged the general public to be part of the movement by sharing on their various social media platforms.
I want us to share as much as possible this information. I know the media will do quite a bit of sharing, but the audience as well, and everyone within reach of our voices. And when the series would be released on social media, the same way that we share all the stuff, the accidents and everything that happens, something happens and in 5 seconds the whole world knows, probably before the relative or the family member of the person who was in an unfortunate circumstance. Before they are aware, everybody else gets the message. I want us to practice this one this time. When this series is out and you receive something on your phone, share it, because we want the public to be sensitized. Yes?
That is the Chief Education Officer in the Ministry of Education, Dr. Jeffrey Blaise. Discover Dominica Authority has named Ecstasy Mass as the overall band of the year for Mass Dominic 2026. The winners for Carnival Monday, T-shirt band, Signal Band Luminites, Amnesia Crazy Mess 2nd, and TK International Mega Monday 3rd. Carnival Tuesday Parade of Costume Bands, Contemporary Band of the Year, first place Ecstasy Mass, Pulse Experience 2nd and 3rd, Fantasy Tribe. Traditional Band of the Year, first place Africulture Stilt Walkers, second place Old Time Sake, and third Newton Bois Academy. Youth Band of the Year went to Castlebruce Secondary School. Youth King and Queen of the Band, Castlebruce Secondary School. Special Participation Awards went to RT Performers, Antigua Bois. For the opening parade, Best Carnival Business Float, Fine Foods Wholesale, Angostura. NBD won the flag wavers competition, while Afro Royal Flag wavers placed second. Best Juve Group, Triple K, Acer Mass, that's Acer Events, More Powder. Largest All Mass Juve Group, Signal Band Lumination. Traditional King of the Band, Africulture Stilt Walkers. Traditional Queen of the Band, Africulture Stilt Walkers. Contemporary King of the Band, Ecstasy Mass. Contemporary Queen of the Band, Hysteria, Deja Vu. Children Band of the Year was Lucia Lander Dance Group. Children King and Queen of the Band, and Best Children Flute, Lucia Lander Dance Group. Good Hope Darkies won the Carnival Monday Old Mass Parade. In other news, the government of Dominica has published an expression of interest inviting the private sector to partner with government to manage and operate the national abattoir. The Minister for Agriculture, Roland Royer, made the announcement this morning as he led a tour to the $6.4 million facility in Layo Valley.
This week, we also published an expression of interest to invite the private sector to partner with government on the public-private partnership to operate and manage the abattoir. We are encouraging private investment because we want to see this abattoir run efficiently and as a model for other infrastructure we're investing in Dominica, in the sector. We said that we're going to construct an abattoir, and of course it's evident that we have done it, and I really want to express my deepest gratitude to the staff of the project implementation unit that assisted us in implementing this project, and of course the Ministry of Finance for supporting us working with the World Bank to get the resources to build the national abattoir.
That's the Minister for Agriculture, Roland Royer. Royer says the abattoir, due to be commissioned in April this year, will help reduce Dominica's food import bill.
We had a chicken abattoir before, but got damaged by Hurricane Maria. We did a bit of rehabilitation to ensure that we could continue processing chickens for the market. But we wanted to really step up our game in terms of capacity and in terms of food safety. So we have invested significant sums, over $6 million, in the construction of this new chicken abattoir and the rehabilitation of the pig abattoir. This abattoir has the capacity to process 5,000 birds per day. That's approximately 1,000 birds an hour. And as you would have witnessed on the tour, is the state of the art with all the latest technology that exists in the livestock sector. The abattoir is one of our key projects at the ministry as we seek to reduce the amount of chicken that we import annually. As we speak, we import about over $20 million worth of chicken and pork annually, and it's our intention by using this abattoir to have that reduced by 2028, 2030 by about 40 to 50%. We have been working with our farmers, so what you see in here is not in isolation. Added to the investment in the infrastructure here, we've supported over 200 farmers in building resilient pens at a cost of about $7.7 million. So farmers are getting prepared and ready to produce for the abattoir, and we're really eager to start operation.
Minister for Agriculture Roland Royer. A church service in recognition of Commonwealth Day 2026 will be held on Monday, March 9th at Our Lady of Fair Haven, Roseau Cathedral from 10 a.m. As customary, the church service is being hosted by the Ministry of Education, Human Resource Planning, Vocational Training and National Excellence. This year's event will be celebrated under the theme Unlocking Opportunities Together for a Prosperous Commonwealth. During the celebrations, Her Excellency the President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Silvani Burton, will deliver the Commonwealth Day message from His Majesty King Charles II. The event will host several high-level guests, including members of cabinet and parliamentarians. A popular pastor has issued a public appeal encouraging national support for the upcoming gospel concert scheduled for Saturday at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium amid criticism from some. In a statement addressing concerns circulating about the event, Pastor Griffin Daniel says he was deeply saddened by calls for people to boycott the concert. He emphasized that the gathering is intended to unite Dominicans in praise and thanksgiving, particularly in light of the many challenges the country has faced in recent years.
This concert is in mind to draw us closer, to rejoice, and more so as Dominicans, it gives us an opportunity to come together under the bright canopy of heaven, not at a church, under the canopy of heaven, where all of us can come and give God praise. No matter your political affiliations, no matter your religious status, all are invited. All are invited to come to give God praise together for all what He has brought us through, the hurricanes, the terrible weathers, different sorts of things. We're coming together to give God praise is a good opportunity. But to hear people who, I believe, who know God and know better would come and criticize it, it pains my heart.
And that is Pastor Griffin Daniel. According to Pastor Daniel, the event will feature artists and performers whose music is already embraced within the Christian community. He further encouraged members of the public not to be swayed by negative commentary.
I'm calling upon all of us leaders to be very careful what we say to our congregation and even what we say via the radio. This concert is to uplift the name of Jesus. This concert is to glorify God. And you know, the people who are coming are people who most of us have heard before, seen. We play them in our cars. We play their songs in our buses. We worship on Sunday mornings and sometimes in the evenings, and we sing those songs. I'm calling upon all of us, leaders, stop this foolishness. As a matter of fact, before this thing was spoken about and doing, a lot of things went on in getting folks together so we can form a committee and of people to help. And guess what? People are saying it's not good. But let me say to us, it's a blessed thing. Pastors, leaders, allow your members to come to give God praise. They come down and let's praise God. Do not do this to our people. It may be some of the young people who come will go back to your very churches, praising and glorifying God. Some may be healed. Others will have different testimonies. May you allow your people to come. Let's come together. We are building a nation and we need to come together.
And that is popular pastor Griffin Daniel. 31 Dominican women serving their communities in various fields are to be recognized next week Sunday by the Business Professional Women BPW. Coordinator of Business Professional Women, Rhoda St. John, says the organization is delighted to put the focus on another group of women who are dedicated and make an outstanding contribution to society.
We're asking everyone who knows someone who just wants to come and enjoy a nice afternoon, come and dine with Salute to Women. This would be our 4th cohort of women being saluted, and that would bring us up to a total of 122 women being saluted in 4 years. They are farmers, they are doctors, they are teachers, they are nurses, they are sports officials. They are women who just serve without even asking a question. They are women who, at the end of the day, do what they do selflessly without even thinking twice. You have nurses that are retired, that have served their communities for over 40-something years and not even a thank you. So we just want to tell these women that we see them, we recognize them, and we appreciate the work that they're doing.
And that's coordinator of the Business Professional Women, Rhoda St. John. Local Government Commissioner Glenroy Toussaint has congratulated Ronilia Williams on her election as the new president of the Dominica Association of Local Community Authorities, DALCA. Williams narrowly assumed chairmanship of the organization in a 12-11 vote this week to become the second woman to hold that position. She replaces Yolande John Jules, who has served as president for a number of years. The local government commissioner said he was happy with the voter turnout.
I must congratulate Ms. Ronelda Williams for being elected to serve as the chairman of the National Association. Ms. Williams becomes the second woman to hold that position, and she's ultimately the youngest person to hold that position of chairman of the Dominica Association of Local Authorities. And so hats up to Ms. Williams for accepting that position to head the Dominica Association of Local Community Authorities. Having said that, I also want to recognize the significant role that Mr. Yolande John Jules, who is the former chairman, his significant contribution towards the development of DALCA, the Dominica Association of Local Community Authorities. And of course, through his stewardship, a number of initiatives were undertaken by the association that augured well, particularly after Hurricane Maria. DALCA was heavily engaged in a series of resilient project that seek to enhance communities in terms of recovery following Maria. And so we really want to place on record our appreciation for the works of Mr. John Jules. Not that he's out of DALCA, he was elected the vice president, but certainly having been at the helm and having contributed so significantly, I think it's an opportunity for us to recognize his effort. And I'm certain that we will provide the support. Being the deputy chairman of DALCA, he'll provide the support to the new chairman, and I'm certain that they will work collectively in championing the cause of the Dominica Association of Local Authorities and local authorities in general in Dominica.
And that's Local Government Commissioner Glenroy Toussaint. And that wraps up the National Focus. Stay tuned for news from the region and the world up next.
It's in the feeling and how we talk. It's in the meaning and our spark. It is the thing that sets us apart. Who we are. Cause the rhythm of life keeps pumping. Together going strong. No matter what, we keep this going. Before we will go all in. Our hands up in the sky. Celebrating. Come let your rhythm flow.
DBS News.
Welcome back now for news from the region. CARICOM leaders have ended their 4-day summit in St. Kitts on Friday, agreeing to send humanitarian aid to Cuba, but the exact nature of that assistance has not yet been specified. In addition, the regional leaders have agreed to establish a 3-member committee that will reframe the relationship between the United States and the Caribbean. St. Kitts Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew, who is also the CARICOM chairman, told the end of the summit news conference that the situation in Cuba had been discussed and that CARICOM has issued a statement on the matter. And internationally, United States authorized the departure of non-emergency embassy staff from Israel today as it threatened strikes on Iran and pressed its biggest military buildup in the Middle East in decades. The move came a day after a round of Oman-mediated talks between Iran and the U.S., seen as a last-ditch bid to avert war, though initial optimism was tempered by Tehran warning Washington must drop excessive demands to reach a deal. As the world's largest aircraft carrier, the USS Gerald R. Ford was due to arrive off the coast of ally Israel. The U.S. Embassy there announced it was allowing non-emergency government personnel and family members to leave due to safety risks. That's all for this evening's news. Stay tuned for the Sport Report up next.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Flow makes your next phone upgrade easy. Add postpaid to your internet plan and score a Samsung Galaxy for as low as $33 a month. It's the smartest way to an interest-free premium phone upgrade. Don't let anything stand between you and that new phone feeling. Step into your upgrade with confidence. Visit us in store and sign up today. We keep your rhythm flowing. Terms and conditions apply.
Good evening once again. First up in the Sport Report this evening, the national under-20 men's football team's slim hopes of qualifying for the next round of the CONCACAF Under-20 World Cup qualifiers are over. This as Dominica went down for the second time in the qualifiers, losing to St. Lucia on Friday in Costa Rica. Dominica went behind after just 10 minutes of play and never recovered after. St. Lucia piled on the pressure and walked away in the end with a 3-0 win to register their first win of the campaign. The loss drops Dominica to the bottom of the group as well. Dominica's next game will be on Sunday against the top of the table, Antigua. General Secretary of the Dominica Football Association, Alvin Abraham, says priority will be given to the completion of the upgrades at the DFA Technical Center in Stock Farm. The Dominica Football Association has invited tenders for the upgrades to the east stand of the facility. The works will include a roof covering, extension of the existing stand to incorporate 2 additional dressing rooms, offices, washrooms, a VIP area, and a conference room.
That project should have been completed by now, but we had some delays. So right now we're going to, redo the tenders, and hopefully we have to set a timeline in terms of exactly when we want to get that facility up and running. It will for now it will be the premier facility for football, which will be wholly solely owned by the FA, so we can determine what will happen there. The Windsor Park Stadium is something that has been used in the past. We will look at what going forward, but in terms of our own project, that project is maybe the major infrastructure project we have on stream, and hopefully we can convert the technical center into a really nice, first-class, world-class facility that we can host international games, so that we don't have to play our home games in foreign, and that kind of things. Because the spin-off from the football that's supposed to accrue to us, we're not getting it, because we have the capacity to hold, international games.
General Secretary of the Dominica Football Association, Alvin Abraham. The project is expected to take 12 months. West Indies under-19 batsman Arsenio Fontaine registered the second century in the Sports Division Schools under-20 cricket competition as he piloted defending champions the Dominica State College to a crushing win over the Dominica Grammar School at the Botanic Gardens today. Fontaine got 110 not out as the college posted 190 for one declared batting first. Edmund Moranci made 58 not out. Tylon Theophil got the lone wicket for the Dominica Grammar School. The Dominica Grammar School, in reply, they were bowled out for 37. Cornell Prince picked up 5 for 6 and Arsenio Fontaine 2 for 3 and Kester Lestrade 2 for 12. The Dominica Grammar School asked to bat again were all out for 37. Arsenio Fontaine picked up 4 for 9 and Cassidy Larocque 2 for 3. Cornell Prince had 2 for 7. The college won by an innings and 116 runs. Meantime, over at the Jolly Johns Park, Northeast Comprehensive made light work out of the Castlebrooke Secondary School, winning by an innings. The Castlebrooke Secondary School, they batting first, declared for 94 for 9. Dojan Benjamin got 28. Kellan Christmas picked up 4 for 26 and Nian Davis 3 for 22. North East Comprehensive in their turn at the crease were all out for 149. Krishan Esprit made 29 and Dante Benjamin 26. Dylan John took 4 for 47. Vince Darrow 3 for 16. Castleberry Secondary School batting again were bowled out for 32. Dejan Benjamin made 22. Nian Davis took 3 for 6 and Dante Benjamin 3 for 17. The North East Comprehensive School won by an innings and 21 runs. Pakistan has been handed a lifeline in their bid to qualify for the semi-finals of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. That's because New Zealand squandered their chance to seal their semi-final spot as they went down to England in action from the Super 8s today. New Zealand made 159 for 7 in their 20 overs. Glenn Phillips top scored with 39. Will Jacks took 2 for 23. England, in reply, needed 43 from the last 3 overs, and they got over the line thanks to a Will Jacks cameo. He hit 32 not out for 18 balls to take England to 161 for 6 in 19.3 overs. England won by 4 wickets. The result now means that Pakistan can qualify on net run rate if they beat Sri Lanka by a huge margin on Saturday. Sri Lanka will play Pakistan at 9:30 a.m. Saturday morning. New Zealand qualifies with a Pakistan loss or narrow Pakistan win. England so far has qualified from Group 2, while South Africa has qualified from Group 1. The women's national team will be out for redemption this evening as their journey in the Women's World Cup qualifiers continues tonight. Dominica is coming up against Guyana in their second match of the tournament. The team is coming off an 18-0 defeat to Jamaica in their opening match. Tonight's game kicks off at 8 p.m. in Guyana. Meantime, head coach of the women's national football team, Ronnie Gustav, says there is need for clubs to play a bigger role in the development of players before they get to the national football team. Gustav says too many times players arrive at the highest level underprepared and lacking the basic football techniques. Gustav says patience is needed with the women's program before results will be seen.
I know the fans out there are not pleased because of, we have been going out there and not coming with results and so forth. But you have to understand it's a very young team that there, and these girls have not grown up playing the game, the way the game is supposed to be played. At that age there, now we have to be going back to the basics of certain things that we should not be doing at this point in time,
As you mentioned that, Ronnie, looking at the Jamaica team, the Guyana team, professionals, some of them world-class players, players that you look at on television. What do you think we will need to do locally for us to sort of get up to that sort of level to be able to really compete with the likes of Jamaica and Guyana?
Well, one thing I have to say is that, Gavin, the girls have to be more committed. It's not just about when you're called up on the national team, but the clubs have to be taken blame for some of these things that they should be training more regularly, and starting with the basics. And also the FA has to be more supportive in the aspect of getting more time with the girls to train than not when a tournament is coming 3 months, 2 months. That you can't get the results like that. And I know with hard work you'll get results, but you also have to spend. You have to spend in order for you to get results. So just going into this tournament, you need a lot of friendly games to see what the girls have achieved in the time they have been training with you. And so when you go to play in the tournament itself, you are much more prepared than you're just playing against your peers down here, which you already are above their levels because you're on your national team. So that's the way we have to go.
Head coach of the women's national football team, Ronnie Gustav. The VF Inc. hard hitters had to depend on their bowlers to dig them out of trouble as they were able to walk away with a 15-run win over the Do It Center as the Cassany Laville Smart Production Maho T20 Softball League continued last night. VF Inc. hitters batted first. They only got 87 runs in 13.1 overs. Casimir Benjamin top scored with 28 and Micah Joseph added 16. Yawani Regis had a game with the ball taking 4 for 18 and needing just 88 to win. Do It Center were bundled out for 72. Owen Oscar got 23. Neil Payne picked up 3 wickets for 9, and Kamal Hamilton 2 for 32. Kazimi Benjamin was named the man of the match. The cricket action will continue this evening with Fonkole taking on Buster Warner and Sunrise playing RT Construction. West Indies women's captain Hayley Matthews is backing her girls to come good in the T20 series with Sri Lanka, which gets underway this weekend. Her comments as the Windies went down 2-1 in the ODI series earlier this week. The team has made 3 changes to the ODI squad, with Ibani Brathwaite, Zaida James and Mandy Mangru coming into the team.
Yeah, we're going to come out and play some fierce cricket. I think we certainly feel like T20 cricket is our best format, and yeah, we're really up and ready for the challenge that Sri Lanka is going to bring forth. So it's going to be a pretty competitive series, but yeah, hopefully we can execute all we need to well to come out on top at the end.
West Indies women's captain Hayley Matthews. Meantime, Matthews says she is happy to see Stephanie Taylor's return to form.
Yeah, she's been a stalwart for West Indies cricket. Certainly someone that I've looked up to before I even started playing for West Indies, and still know as such a big legend of the game. So she just keeps doing her thing, and yeah, she's quite timeless with how she continues to play and continues to do well. So hopefully we see her for many more years doing well.
And that's West Indies women's captain Hayley Matthews. The series gets underway on Saturday. Well, that's all the time that we have for the sports report this evening. I've been the presenter of both the news and sports for this evening. Ali and Christopher, on behalf of the entire news and sports department, our links person, Joseph Fadul, we are saying good evening.
Flow makes your next phone upgrade easy. Add postpaid to your internet plan and score a Samsung Galaxy for as low as $33 a month. It's the smartest way to an interest-free premium phone upgrade. Don't let anything stand between you and that new phone feeling. Step into your upgrade with confidence. Visit us in store and sign up today. We keep your rhythm flowing. Terms and conditions apply.
DBS Radio gives you top quality service over any other for live streaming of funerals. Call us today at 448-3282.
Good evening and welcome to this evening's edition of the DBS Radio Community Bulletin Board. It is the 31st, It's the 27th day of February 2026. We begin with this evening's edition of the DBS Radio Death Announcement. We announce the death of MacDonald Morancy, better known as Mr. Pal, age 85, of Bellevue, who resided at Grand Bay. He died on Tuesday, the 10th of February 2026 at the Dominica China Friendship Hospital. He was the father of Paulette Robinson, Justina Charles, Hildreth Morancy, Alexis, Decima, Jeremiah, and Mignon Morancy. He will also be remembered by his 14 grandchildren, Imon, Sugar Ray, Dwight, Camilo, Rashid, Randall, Daniel, Jonathan, McLaren, Ayinde, Faiza, Sari, Ketsia, Nyla, and Imani. 12 great-grandchildren, his sisters Madeline in Guadeloupe and Felixia Ormond in Bellevue-Chopin, his brother-in-law Joseph Tindor in Guadeloupe, 3 sisters-in-law, Teresa Morancy and Maria Lewis and Victoria Athenas in England, 10 nephews to include Angelo and Matthew, 13 nieces to include Eugenia, Eulene and Pam, 3 his close relatives to include Avanel and family in Guadeloupe, Hugh and family in Bellevue, the Morancy families in Bellevue-Chopin, Trafalgar, Dublin, and Roseau, the Henderson families in Pichlet, and the Willis family in Roseau. Close friends in Guadeloupe, Bellevue-Chopin, and Bolom to include MacLean and family, Philipson, Nebi Baron and family, the Congregation of Jehovah Witness in Guadeloupe, Grand Bay, and Dominica by extension. The body of the late MacDonald Morancy, better known as Mr. Pal of Bellevue, who resided at Grand Bay, can be viewed from 2 p.m. on Saturday, the 28th of February 2026 at the Grand Bay Jehovah Witness Kingdom Hall. The funeral service will take place at 3 p.m. and will be followed by interment at the Grand Bay Public Cemetery. We announced the death of Arthur Bozell, better known as Malad, age 47, of Goodwill, who resided in Florida. He was the husband of Summer Bozell. He was the son of Gano and Henrietta Bozell. He was the father of Abria, Arion, Azira, and Linnell. He will also be remembered by his two brothers, Mervyn Dorival and Errol Bozell, his sisters, Mavis Bozell and Glenora Bozell Shillingford, his nieces, Strakel, Makiba, Taishana, Araya, and Elora, and his four nephews, Justin, Traker, Jamar, and Ethan. One grandnephew, Sahel, his aunts, Bibi, Nathalie, and Rosanna. His uncles, Errol in Canada and Neville. Mother-in-law, Patricia Kate Coffey.